How you doing? What was that delicious beverage you were drinking?
I'm drinking iced tea.
Iced tea.
Looks like it could be something else, but it's not. In the movie
Oh,
Animal House,
mhm,
there's John Belushi famously
mhm.
downed a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey in a jiff. It was iced tea.
I mean, knowing John Belushi, I would imagine it's believable that it could have been Jack Daniels.
Oh, it would kill a normal human, but Belushi could go walk through
Oh,
it.
those Belushis.
That is a funny movie.
I feel like Jim Belushi would have been able to produce just some incredible. John Belushi, sorry, would have been able to produce some incredible satire of the past few years of news and current world events.
Oh, he would have been great. He did a lot of political stuff, presidential stuff. That was good when he was on Saturday Night Live for a while. He'd do good. Oh, excuse me.
Amazing.
I ate a lot of chips really fast.
Yeah, it was good. I had like the recording ready to go, and just went to get a glass of water and came back, and I just see Benjamin just like.
Well, Kavi wasn't on screen yet, so I thought I'd give him something funny to see when he got there, and he was recording. So,
I
those of
did.
you doing the audio only experience, you should really tune in.
Yeah. There's not much added scientific content from being able to see our faces, but there's certainly some added entertainment value, or at least I would argue.
That sounds like a prize, I know.
Love the segue. Go
That's a
on.
great segue. The Ig Nobel Prize. Kavi and I are going to talk this week about, or this episode about the Ig Nobel Prize. A lot of scientific research and a lot of entertainment. For those people who don't know what the Nobel everyone knows what the Nobel Prize is. It's for outstanding achievements in specific fields of science and also literature and art in some cases. And I think there's a Peace Prize, but the Ig Nobel Prize is not that.
Very much not that. It's it's
Go
something
ahead.
I think that. So on a previous episode of, in case people aren't aware, we should mention this is the Nerd and the Scientist podcast,
Mm.
brought to you by Science Actually. And in a previous episode of the Nerd and the Scientist, we were doing part 2 or part 3 or part 17 with the wonderful multidisciplinary biologist Sarah Amidor. And Sarah had mentioned that a colleague and previous mentor of hers
Mm-hmm.
had actually recently been awarded, or was part of the team that was awarded an Ig Nobel Prize. And I was shocked that we had somehow never taken the time to explore what it means to be awarded a prize for doing science that is both interesting and hilarious. Like it's real science and it makes you think and then it makes you laugh, or vice
Right.
versa. It
Right.
feels perfect for our show.
It's fantastic. The Ig Nobel Prize was first started in 1991 by Mark Abrahams, editor and founder of the Annals of Improbable Research, a magazine devoted to celebrating strange and curious and scientifically delightful things. And science doesn't always have to be this, stuffy, strict, you know, all science and fancy big words and we're advancing things. It could also be, oh, I discovered this fun thing along the way of trying to achieve some other goal, or just kind of, funny things that just so happen to come across a certain researcher's attention span. Like last year, a biologist noticed that a frog smelled a certain way, or one of last year's winners rather. He noticed a frog smelled a certain way, so in the work he was doing with frogs anyway, he started smelling the frogs and cataloging the frog's smell, and he learned that when frogs are stressed, they smell different than they do the rest of the time. And bam, wrote a paper, did the research, has the documentation and all the notes, he has the receipts, and now he has an Ig Nobel Prize to go with it. He discovered something, sort of, I guess, and it's funny, and therein is the spirit of the Ig Nobel Prize.
I'd also like to point out that while it was founded in 1991, it was, I think, only in 1996 that for the first time somebody receiving an Ig Nobel Prize was actually present at the award ceremony, because a large part of it is this kind of satirical effort to poke fun in a friendly way
Absolutely.
at certain absurd things happening in the world or in particular corners of the scientific communities. But now
Right.
it's evolved so much. I mean, there are people who are actively trying to win Ig Nobel prizes.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, it's become tradition. Uh, along with wearing silly outfits, and the Nobel Prize ceremony is a grand hall, and people wearing tuxedos and ball gowns, and there's a beautiful reception and such, and there's a great prize. Uh, People at the Ig Nobel Prize, you're going to see a lot of Hawaiian shirts. You're going to see a lot of shorts. You're going to see top hats and tails from the waist up, and flip flops, and you know swim trunks from the waist down. It gets nuts. There's paper airplane throwing, uh, which is customary. And to Kavi's point about the Nobel Prize laureates, they are invited to come and be the ones who hand out the Ig Nobel Prizes. And you think, you know, winning a Nobel Prize is a serious thing. If I won one, I wouldn't lower myself to join the Ig Nobel folk at MIT. But sure enough, no, you can't keep them away. Apparently, being a scientist comes with it a very strong sense of humor, and so Nobel Prize winners are the ones who hand the prizes to the Ig Nobel Prize winners. And funny thing, where's my note? I have his name. Where is it? Anyway, only one. There it is. Sir Andre Geim, or Geim, Geim. Sir Andre Geim is the only person ever to win both the Nobel Prize and Ig Nobel Prizes. And the funny thing is, he won the Ig Nobel Prize first for levitating a frog, and then the
Again with
actual
the
Nobel
frogs.
Prize with frogs. Frogs, that's a big thing.
I feel like the Ig Nobel prizes are probably on like some humane society for frogs hit list. Like every year, there's surely at least like one person there saying, "Damn it, these guys at the Ig Nobel prizes keep trying to mess with frogs. They're sniffing them, they're levitating them, all these things."
Well, it's not just frogs that Ig Nobel Prize winners harass. They
Equal opportunity offenders, yeah.
An Ig Nobel Prize in transportation was awarded to a team that discovered it is safer and more humane to a rhinoceros to transport it via plane upside down rather than standing up.
Sorry, come again?
A team won the Ig Nobel Prize for transportation by discovering transporting a rhinoceros via air. It's better and safer for the rhinoceros and more comfortable for the rhinoceros if you transport it in a plane while it's laying on its back than if it were in some sort of a compartment standing up.
So it's laying down on its back. It's not like hoisted in the air.
It's laying down on its back inside a plane. Mm-hmm. Ig Nobel Prize. Boom.
Oh dear God! I was trying this morning before our recording to read through the list of winners um, while I was walking my dog, and I must have looked like a complete idiot because I was just laughing out loud every few steps. Um,
Absolutely.
like the absurdity of some of these things that are clearly like either they're brilliantly tongue in cheek, um, like the Ig Nobel Peace Prize that
Mm-hmm.
was given. Um, what was it? It was on like the 50th anniversary of. Um, hold on, it was the 50th anniversary of the atomic bomb.
Wow.
Where is it? Yeah, okay. So Jacques Chirac got the Ig Nobel Peace Prize
Oh, wow.
for commemorating the 50th anniversary of Hiroshima with an atomic bomb test in the Pacific.
Okay.
It's like it's just silly. I love it. I wish that real science. I shouldn't. This is real science. Like some of these
This is
awards
actual
are actually
science.
it's actual
There are
science.
there's actual studies, and there's, you know, tests that are done, and they try to recreate the results, and there's great cataloging of information, and more often than not, it's a team of people that are working together, sometimes an international community working together on a project. It just happens to be very odd. Once in a while, one person wins it by himself. Last year in 2025, um, uh, where's the guy's name? One guy received the award. Uh, well, his son accepted it, and his son was like 60 something at the time that he accepted it for him because he had since passed. But a scientist had been measuring
Mm.
his fingernail growth for something like 30, 35 years, and he
Oh wow.
cataloged it. He cataloged everything, his how his fingernails grew, how often he clipped them, how he clipped them, gloves that day or no gloves, and he also got his kids involved, measured their fingernails. His wife measured her fingernails, and won the Ig Nobel Prize for fingernail growth. And that was fantastic. Anything can happen.
There was actually an Australian. So there's a guy in Australia called Dr. Carl, who's a famous science communicator here, um, kind of like a Bill Nye sort of character, and he's actually based at the University of Sydney. Um, and he won an Ig Nobel Prize for a study on belly button fluff.
Of
Of all things,
course. Of course.
like who gets it, when, what color, how much. It
Ugh.
was allegedly a comprehensive survey of human belly button fluff.
Oh oh my gosh.
I didn't quite know what to call that one in terms of. I think they called it interdisciplinary research.
Oh my god, that's horrible. That's well, I now I want to look that one up. There, if anybody wants to look these up, hundreds of these have been awarded, and they're all legitimate research. So I hope y'all look it all up. But uh, I wonder if this guy with the belly button full, did he just study his own? Did he just go up to strangers? Hey, can I have your belly button?
I mean, he said it was comprehensive, and knowing Dr. Carl, I assumed that he would mean that. Like he was he probably had a decent, a respectable sample size.
Okay, okay.
Oh. I think there are some other things that would be nice to um, adopt from the Ig Nobel ceremonies to perhaps other academic environments. So apparently, there's a tradition that when talks go on for too long, there's a little girl or
Yes.
who cries out, "Please stop! I'm bored!" in a high pitched voice.
Yes. Yeah, there is a little girl, uh, and she comes out in a cute little dress, and she walks right up to the person at the podium who's speaking, and just screams at him, "I'm bored! Stop! I'm bored! Stop! I'm bored!" And last year she wasn't able to make it, so a Nobel Prize laureate who was there put on a little dress. This gargantuan man put a dress on top of his tuxedo and just took up the role of walking up to someone at the podium and just scream, "I'm bored!" Didn't
See,
try the high
we
pitched
need
voice, but he did the dress.
like normally people who are chairing a talk session at an academic conference, like they'll either like hold up their hand to say 5 minutes left, 2 minutes left,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe if they're a bit more organized, they'll have a sign that says 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, end, like finish now. But it's kind of like an art form, like learning the skill of how to inaudibly communicate to a speaker that their time is up, and how to do so with increasing urgency as they really start going over time, right? Because ultimately, like you go to a conference, you want to hear all the different speakers, and you especially
Sure.
want to make time for the younger speakers, like the students, the early career researchers. And so if some you know if some older senior lecturer is just prattling on for 20 minutes over their time, at a certain point, like you need someone to actually like get up and stop them. And so I feel
Right.
like if we actually had somebody in the role of what is it? There's a name for that little girl's role, right?
I
I think
forgot the name. I have it written
Little
somewhere.
Miss
But
something, or Miss Sweetie Pie, or Miss
Little
Sweetie
Miss
Poo, or
Sweetie
something
Pie.
like
That's
that.
it.
Yeah. So so we need that, I think, sincerely at these conferences.
Right. I mean, the Academy Awards they famously play you off when it's
Mm,
gone a bit too far. This is just
right.
the girl who walks up and yells at you.
I love it. If you
Every
had
year the
to,
award
yeah. Sorry.
has a theme. There's a theme for every award show every year, excuse
Okay.
me. And so for the prize itself is themed based on whatever that year's theme is. 2025's theme was digestion. So the Ig Nobel Prize was a sculpture, I guess you could say, of the human stomach in a frame. And there's a tube coming out the top of the frame and a tube coming out the bottom side of the frame. So there's a whole pathway through the frame, through a stomach. And the stomach is smiling one way and it's frowning the other way. And it says Ig Nobel in front. It's filled with junk food. And that's the prize that everybody gets. You get that, and you get an actual certificate, which they simply call a piece of paper, and it has actual signatures of Nobel laureates who signed it to make it official. So you have this actual nice thing, a little certificate signed by Nobel Prize winners saying that you've achieved this thing, and you have this goofy thing that,
It's pretty cool.
and they
Do
used to give
they
out
still do?
money, but like Zimbabwean money. So you walk away a trillionaire, but it doesn't matter.
Oh man. What do you think you would do if you had to come up with a scientific study that would be Ig Nobel Prize worthy?
Ig Nobel Prize worthy? I think uh top of my head, I would try and find the perfect mixture for a whiskey and coke or whiskey and cola. How about that? It would require sampling multiple measures of multiple kinds of colas and whiskeys across many people. I mean, if you think about it, there's the famous spaghetti sauce
Mm, the
thing
cacio e
where people,
pepe.
yeah, there used to be like spaghetti sauce, or there used to be two kinds of spaghetti sauce, and then I believe it's Ragu hired some scientists to come in and find the perfect spaghetti
Oh,
sauce, and he didn't find the perfect spaghetti sauce. He found the perfect spaghetti sauces. Some people like thick, some people like thin, some people like runny, some people like not at all, some people like spicy. And so I think there's got to be some sort of perfect combination. If there's a perfect combination for spaghetti sauces and it was worth millions of dollars of research, there's got to be something with the perfect cola whiskey. How about you?
I thought you were talking about a different pasta study, because there was a pasta study that I think it was an April Fool's paper,
Mm,
and then it won the Ig Nobel Prize this year for physics. Actually, they studied the phase behavior of cacio e pepe sauce, right? And I remember seeing this again, I think in April, and looking at it and thinking, wow, this is the silliest precise science I've ever seen. And it's brilliant. And the plots are brilliant. And the math is, I mean, I remember looking at it and feeling like the math was exactly as complicated as it needed to be. Like they weren't just using fancy notations to try to make things look fancier.
sure.
It's, it's amazing. Um, what was the question?
Well, if I were going to try to do a study to see if I would win an Ig Nobel, mine would be a cola whiskey
Oh,
combo.
right.
What would your Ig Nobel accolade be?
Whiskey and cola is a good one. I think that I would look to find what the how how astrological phenomena and eclipses influence the moods of astronomers.
That's awesome. That's so meta. How doing astronomy affects astronomers when this astronomical event occurs. I love it.
Yeah.
There's a
Or just
lot
like
of
how
that in Ig Nobel history, like how doing the
of like
science affects the
astrology.
science. That's
No,
awesome.
I'm thinking like doing astrology. Like how does astrology and horoscopes, how does astrology influence the moods of astronomers? And like the eclipses is maybe something that kind of fits into both worlds, but the average astronomer is enjoying an eclipse or not enjoying the traffic that's associated with an eclipse, just as an interested observer. But yeah, like how is it that astronomers are quantitatively impacted by people's views on astrology, by people constantly asking them about their sign, um, things like this? Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That would work. That would.
Maybe I'll write it up as an
Like,
April Fool's
yeah,
paper.
tasking scientists with pseudoscience.
Yeah.
That would make them so angry.
Note
One
to
of the
self.
winners actually was one of the psychology winners were two Polish psychologists who were investigating what happens when you tell narcissists that they're actually smarter than they really think they are. So I, I can see kind of a reverse effect of telling scientists that they should try astrology. You should dumb it down a little.
Wasn't there also one a few years back? How to identify narcissists based on their eyebrows?
Probably.
Um,
Well, there was a
let me
prize
see.
for someone putting uh, pigeons inside of missile guidance systems. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's something about eyebrows.
Oh God, I reckon the Humane Society for Pigeons and the Humane Society for Frogs are they should be teaming up against this. Oh yeah, I found the eyebrow one. It's they investigated which facial features underlie perceptions of grandiose narcissism and how that conveys information.
Good lord.
Distinctive eyebrows reveal a narcissist's personality to others, providing a basic understanding of the mechanism through which people can identify narcissistic personality traits with potential application to daily life. Oh, that's amazing.
There was a winner in 2006. Researchers investigated why camels have long eyelashes and whether they actually do protect against desert sand or not.
Oh, what did they find?
It helps with their vision, but does not help with sand. It helps them balance light protection. So their long, beautiful eyelashes helps them see better, but not so much keep sand out of it. I'm sure there does, but I don't think that's what the primary reason. So not an eyebrow, but close.
Nice. There are things in science, in traditional science, I shouldn't say real science, that I feel like are deserving of Ig Nobel prizes or recognition. Like there are certain phenomena in astronomy, like fast radio bursts, right? FRBs, where in the first year or two, there were so few FRBs detected and so many papers published on like the different theories and models of what these mysterious radio bursts could be, that there were more models and papers than there were actual known FRBs. And I feel like like there are surely things like that where the science has been so over scienced that there are just like some weird things going on. Or like I think I saw one in the list from the early 2000s about how there was a group in the US, I believe, that showed that Coca-Cola can be used as an effective spermicide, and then shortly after that a group in Korea that showed that it could not. So that kind of full circle scientific exploration was what won the Ig Nobel.
It's hysterical. It's gross.
Oh, sorry, Harvard Medical School was the former, and then it was Taipei Veterans General Hospital, proving it's not.
Okay. The fact of the matter that it's somebody had the idea. I wonder if that would work. Someone that had to pop into their head, and then enough, and it had popped in their head enough times that they thought, I have to test this. And then on top of that, some group of people somewhere said, I call bullshit. We're gonna test it again. Get ready, everybody. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing.
I mean, I feel like if honey was discovered in recent years, the discovery of honey would have won an Ig Nobel Prize. Right?
Yeah, it would have.
Like,
it's a simple thing.
Like for similar reasons.
I guess. Yeah, we have to eat it, but that's a little different.
It's like for the discovery that bees make a delicious goo that is edible.
They poop deliciousness.
It's absurd, I'm telling you. What was the best one that you found?
I first found out about the Ig Nobel Prize when somebody won for levitating a frog. The idea was, if you find a life form or an organism that's 80% or more water, which a frog is, because of its water content, you are able to levitate it with sound waves alone. And I saw a picture that came with the article, and I thought that was just silly CGI of a frog over a speaker. It looks like a speaker with a plate on top of it. And they, by a certain frequency at a certain volume, you put a frog above it, the frog will just be confused and not be able to, it will try to find balance because it's got nothing to hold on to, but it just goes
Mhm.
up and it stays there and it's confused for a bit and then back down it goes. And I thought that's what did they prove? They proved that yeah, you can lift an organism with sound waves. That's interesting. That is an interesting thing. But
It's pretty cool.
they won specifically the Ig Nobel for doing it to a frog.
I think the best ironic one that I found um, was in 2010. Um, so an award was given to several people, including BP, British Petroleum, uh, in chemistry for
Okay.
disproving the old belief that oil and water don't mix.
Okay. Well,
And
okay.
it's awful, but that was because 2010 was the year of the Deepwater Horizon oil spill.
That's too bad. So they
It's
do make.
like it's such a low key and also like kind of savage way of calling out BP. It's like
Yeah.
here is a prize.
We proved that what you just did actually does go into the water and stay there.
Oh god.
Another myth that was disproven by the Ig Nobel was the ostrich head in sand myth. In
Oh yeah.
2003, the award for biology researchers discovered that ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand. They do duck their head low, but never really going in the ground. Actually, almost sometimes never even touching the ground. They just duck very, very low. Sometimes, but they don't bury their head in the sand. And that got an Ig Nobel Prize.
Huh.
It's just falling ostriches.
I really liked the one about placebos that in 2008 there was a study done at Stanford where they actually found allegedly that expensive placebos are more effective than inexpensive placebos.
Again?
So, so the placebo effect is this idea that if you think you're
Right.
receiving medicine, it will have the effect of medicine in certain
Yes.
circumstances. Um, and the Ig Nobel Prize was given to this group from Stanford for finding that apparently if the placebo is very expensive, that will make it more effective. So if you think you're paying for really expensive medicine and it's not medicine, it will be more effective when it is at all than cheap medicine that's not medicine.
I love that. I first learned about placebos a long time ago when I saw an episode of MASH. And there was this guy, a soldier, who was just nervous and broke out in sweats. And there was this girl nurse he wanted to ask out over there in
Mhm.
Korea, but he didn't have the courage to do it. And then the doctor said, "Here, take this medicine. It's a confidence pill. It helps cool your nerves and gives you, a straight head, keeps your head level and you can pursue anything and you'll get it. It just calms your entire body down." So the guy called him back on the radio or whatever. Hey, just want to let you know in the story arc of that episode. Like, hey, just want to let you know that worked. He's calling from some barracks somewhere, totally cool, looking great, not sweaty anymore. Hair looks nice, uniform looks sharp. That medicine worked, and the whole thing. And they told him, yeah, just that was a placebo. There was nothing. It was just sugar, and he couldn't believe it, and blah blah blah. And then I asked my parents about it, and like, yeah, that's what a placebo is. It's all in your head. Like, oh my god.
The educational content and benefit of MASH. Love it. They
Ugh.
also had an Ig Nobel Prize for psychology for confirming experimentally that people who are drunk also think that they're attractive, which is a form of placebo effect, right?
Right. There's also another. There's a series of alcohol-related Ig Nobel Prize winners. One of them is you can speak a foreign language better if you're drunk.
There you go.
It's just any inhibition about maybe I'm afraid I get this word wrong or I'll get this phrase wrong. It's gone. You don't care anymore. You're feeling three sheets to the wind. Nothing matters. If I say, I would love to buy you a bus when you really meant to say I'd love to buy you a drink, you're not going to care. You're going to give it a go. And so people just will have a few drinks, speak a lot better. Like, and someone decided to prove it, and they did.
Oh, there's one. There's one that I would love to test.
Okay.
So, every evening before we go to bed, I have to take out the dog and wait for him to do his business. And it's like I'm going to go to bed and I need to brush my teeth and blah blah blah. And it's like sometimes he takes his sweet time. Sometimes it feels like he's just out there, whizzing into the wind for like several minutes. But apparently, there was an Ig Nobel Prize for a real study that the duration of urination does not change with body size, and that nearly all mammals
Yes.
will urinate for 21 seconds.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes. I read that one. That's another one of the first Ig Nobels I've read. It's hysterical. Mammals take, on average, about 20 to 21 seconds to urinate. Yes,
Yeah.
elephants are much, much bigger, and they have much, much more urine than we do. But their apparatus is bigger as well, and therefore it all scales up.
The flow rate,
It's
yeah,
not
it
20
scales.
It scales.
I had to actually check this. I've opened up the paper. The paper, by the way, was published in PNAS. Are you familiar with PNAS? PNAS. You are?
It's the best paper name for talking about urination. PNAS.
Yes, it's the for folks who aren't familiar, PNAS stands for the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. PNAS. Us scientists just call it PNAS for short.
Yeah.
The Astrophysical Journal is just called APJ.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
What does APJ have to do with urination? Nothing. But
nothing.
PNAS,
That's why this
PNAS does.
Yeah, that's why this was published in PNAS. But I did notice. I'm just looking at the paper, and the uncertainties. Very important thing if you're doing science, you always have to quote your measurements with uncertainties, right? Or
Absolutely.
A limit, right? It's an upper limit or it's a lower limit, or it's a specific measurement with a plus minus, an uncertainty on the measurement. And so the plus minus, the uncertainty is 13 seconds. So 21 plus or minus 13. So that means that basically the duration of the urination, as published in PNAS, can be as little as 8 seconds and as much as 34 seconds. It's kind of like the 1 sigma, like the plus or minus range.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I should test this for my dog Newton's nightly onesies.
I don't think my dog takes that long, ever. Unless you include the entire production. This is a spot. I like this spot. I'm going to investigate this spot. I'm going to circle this spot. I'm going to circle it again. I am looking at you. You're looking at me. I'm going to circle the spot again and then go. That could be within the 21 seconds range.
the PNAS paper, I should refer to it as, sorry, the first author is Patricia J. Yang. So I'm going to refer to it as the Yang paper. They say that they used high-speed videography obtained at the Atlanta Zoo. So I'm imagining that they have a camera that's zooming in And when they actually see the stream begin, that's when they start the clock.
Okay. We
So
do
this
have.
might require some, like a high-speed camera or some equipment.
Okay.
Oh God, there's a. Sorry, never mind. There. I'm just looking at the figures in the paper. There are photographs. I'm going to leave it there. But anybody who is interesting um, should have a look for themselves. Publicly available on the if you just search for duration of urination does not change with body size. You should find a link to the PNAS page.
It's kind of nice though when you think about it. How all species have this one thing in common because we're all related in some way. That's the one thing that hasn't changed. Some have evolved to stand upright. Some evolved flight. Some evolved climbing better, sharper teeth, what have you. But the one thing we all share is going pee. Aw.
Love it.
There's been a lot of other funny ones. The studies were done in physics to prove that your toast is always going to land buttered side down. They studied over something like 500,000 coin tosses. You're more likely to end up with the side of the coin that you started facing up is going to be the one that ends up landing face up. If you start the coin toss with heads up, it's going to be heads up when it's done. There's road rage. Is it or is it not related to honking and cursing? Which one happens first? Does the honking and cursing incite road rage or is it a result of road rage? And it's very interesting. Turns out it's just general frustration. But it never neither way it never leads to something good. So just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Yep.
This was a fun episode.
This is. You know how to get rid of a kidney stone, as studied in 2018. No, as the Ig Nobel Prize winner in 2018 did. You want to know how to get rid of a kidney
How?
stone? You want to know? You want me to tell you? Go to Disneyland and ride on their Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It is incredibly effective in dislodging your kidney stone and sending it on its way out.
How? What?
Right.
How did they? How many people were in their sample?
Doctors discovered that riding certain roller coasters can help dislodge kidney stones, and they found that the back row of Disneyland's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was particularly effective. It offered a thrilling alternative to traditional kidney stone treatments and also suggested a whole new branch of what they called adventure medicine.
Amazing.
Yes.
Adventure medicine.
Sit in the back of one of the the roughest rides in Disneyland that jerks you around the most. I don't even think it's there anymore. And you are cured.
Adventure. Does adventure medicine include things like, I guess, similar ways to try to induce labor? Like a comprehensive study on whether roller coasters or skydiving are more effective means of inducing labor.
Our first kid was not coming out when she was supposed to. And we found out that we live in the Bay Area. And we learned in the outskirts of the Bay Area there was a restaurant that served the Prego pizza. And we were kind of wanting to get this kid out. So we went and had the Prego pizza and the next day labor. And the Prego pizza was a extra large pizza, and it had a double or triple helping of every single topping and seasoning they had in the restaurant. It was it was a mountain. It was delicious. It was amazing. And supposedly it just gets that kid out. I don't think that's the reason we had the kid, but it is something we did, and it was funny. And it was a good drive out there. So I'm gonna file that into adventure.
Amazing. All
And
right.
that
You
would
know
be
what?
worthy of an Ig Nobel Prize.
Oh, absolutely.
And the best part about it
Um,
is, if I recall, they keep a catalog of every single time a pregnant person ordered that pizza and how soon after they had the baby. And
that's just good science.
they published it on their website. And I don't know if they're still there. I should look that up. But that would be worthy.
Amazing. I've just noticed that Patricia Yang, who wrote the previous paper we were chatting about
Mm-hmm.
regarding
Urination.
urination duration, actually won 2 Ig Nobels.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, so they they also figured out why wombats, the Australian little stump of an animal, they make cube shaped poo. So hold on, get this. Her first Ig Nobel was for number ones, and her second Ig Nobel was for number twos. That's it. I'm done. I'm done.
I think that's it. I think that's a good wrap up right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip the whole thing about the Ig Nobel Prize for whale farts, and another one for whale snot, and another one for nose picking and toilet plumes and chicken cannibalism and beer belly reduction and spitting on cows. But
Which all sound amazing, I must say.
they're all great. They are all great. They're all great. They're the the incredibly unimaginable wide range of experiments and testing scientists have done just to help figure out something else, which won them an Ig Nobel Prize, is insane. It is insane. Walking with a cup of coffee, spilling some of your coffee is a scientific certainty, unless you put a cap on it and someone studied it. Unless you put a lid on your coffee, you are going to spill some of it, no matter what, if you're walking with coffee. I mean, who
Damn.
does that? But nobody. Other than Patricia Yang got a prize for number one and a second prize for number two. That is fantastic.
It's my new favorite fact.
That's my new
Um,
favorite fact. That is going to show up on Science Actually very soon.
and um, and Dr. Yang, if you are listening to this episode, we would love to have you join us as a guest. Or if you are a listener who knows Patricia Yang directly, either through their work at Georgia Tech or Stanford, um, or now in Taiwan, please try to put us in touch with them so that we can figure out what is the human mind that creates this sort of brilliance. How does it work? What makes you tick, Patricia? Um,
Absolutely. I would love to see. I would love to know just, huh, I want to know what that eureka moment is. Well, I want to test this weird thing about poop. Prize.
Amazing.
It's
Uh,
fantastic. Anybody who wants to look it up, you can go to the Ig Nobel site. It's just search up Ig Nobel Prize, and you're going to find an incredible list of comedy that's purely science backed comedy, actual research that's just going to make you learn and laugh your butt off. Um, Wikipedia has an incredibly brilliantly sorted list of all the Ig Nobel Prizes. You can look by category or by year. Um, it's just a lot of fun. Um, this is it's a great thing. I highly recommend it. If you can attend the audience to go, it's open to the public. So if you can actually get yourself out there to MIT or wherever they host it in the East Coast, you can just watch and enjoy the show, meet Nobel laureates, meet Ig Nobel laureates, watch incredibly bad opera. That's part of the program. Uh,
Oh, I would have
master your
loved to.
airplane throwing skills. It's fantastic.
Oh. I think this was the perfect episode to start the new year with. This is great.
Absolutely. This is going to be their first episode of the new year. All right. It's December
Yeah.
4th as we're recording. So, yeah, this is going out first episode in January.
Oh,
Happy New Year,
ruin the
everybody.
magic. Don't ruin the magic.
Welcome to
We're recording it
2026.
exactly as you listen to it.
Yeah. No. This is happening live.
Live.
We're doing it live.
Yeah. Happy 2026, Benjamin. As usual, I will let you know what the new year is like from Australia because I experience it first, and I'll tell you about the future. Folks listening, please feel free to reach out to us if you have, besides contact details for Patricia Yang, if you have other scientists or science enthusiasts or science communicators who you think would make interesting guests, please let us know.
Love to have
Benjamin, where can folks find previous episodes? Where can they find you?
You can find me by looking up the name Science Actually on all your favorite social media platforms. Daily science facts, daily collective nouns, lots of science articles. And you can also, through Science Actually, find this lovely show on TikTok and on YouTube if you want to watch our show, or anywhere else you get your podcasts. Just look for the duck with the rings of Saturn around it. How about you, Kavi? Where can we find you?
Folks can find me at Fun Fact Science on all the social media platforms that while they're still available. I highly recommend folks to check out our YouTube shorts that Benjamin has put a lot of work into, and they're incredible. I find them showing up sometimes as I'm just like scrolling through, and he's done a great job of kind of like extracting out all of the best questions and quibble sections that we've had. So check those out. Have a watch, have a listen, and we will see you next time in the next episode of Science Actually Presents The Nerd and the Scientist.
Bye, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.